Oh, hi, Mythical Beasts. Thank you for sending in your stuff to P.O. Box 2071, Lillington, North Carolina, 27546. Loch Ness Lance did a freehand version of the Red and Link logo with a very psychedelic pattern in the background.
I wouldn't call that. I would call that thatching.
Well,
it's like a
psychedelic thatching has already distracted me today and sent me into some sort of mind freeze. Thank you to Nikki Reed, the chick Charney. She sent in. This is actually the guitar neck or the guitar head.
Guitar. I like how you say it.
Not a guitar, a guitar head, complete with strings, and the Red and Link logo from our new album up to this point.
It's amazing.
And I think it's actually a frisbee. That
Yeah,
you can,
throw it at me.
You can tighten that down and change the trajectory of the frisbee.
Boy, if you catch it right there, on that thing,
you can put an eye out.
Your hand's going. Well, you don't catch it with your eye. Your hand's going to be bleeding.
Well, if you can't catch it, it goes into your eye. And also thanks to my wife for getting me this calendar, Nice Jewish Guys, the 2010 Nice Jewish Guys.
Are
calendar.
there any other kind?
She said I was thinking of you and got you this calendar.
She's very thoughtful.
Thank you.
She didn't give me anything, did she?
Nope.
Oh, the only thing I have is borrowed time. I'm driving on borrowed time. I want to give you an update on my trip to the courthouse yesterday. First of all, sorry about that. Rhett's mom called in the middle of our vlog, which automatically stops the phone. As I was saying, I am driving on borrowed time. I wanted to give you an update. I still have the ticket because I left so discombobulated yesterday that I still have my citation. This is a reminder that I cannot get another ticket. I really need to look into this in the next 2 years, 3 years.
Or else you're taken to
years.
Texas and executed.
Okay, I was telling you yesterday I wanted to get a prayer for judgment because it would defray, or it would divest, or it would. What's the word I'm looking for? It would be like I didn't have a ticket unless I got a second ticket, and then both tickets would become active, and I'd have to start paying more for my insurance.
And also, don't they then charge you for tickets for other people who look like you and have names similar to you? Like they just take and they just pile a bunch of things that you're not even responsible for on you.
Lots of punitive damages.
Yes.
It's just horrible.
It's a bad deal.
I think you can learn from my experience. I want to go through this pretty quickly. I had to show up at the courthouse. First of all, they discombobulate you in every way. Every little aspect of everything is so hard to do. It's part of the punishment.
It's designed to confuse you.
The whole process, every little step is supposed to be a part of the punishment so that you will never do what you did that was the infraction again. You know, I couldn't find the room. It was like, well, if I didn't speed in the school zone, I wouldn't be here. And I wouldn't have to not find this room and go up to the 5th floor only to come back down to the 1st floor and go into the door right next to the front that wasn't labeled, that I had to ask some cop who was annoyed because I had to ask him where I was supposed to go to take care of my traffic ticket.
All part of the plan.
So you go in there with your ticket, unless you forget it, and then you just give them your name. The judge is in there. It's a courtroom. This is intimidating. You know, all of a sudden, wow, I'm on trial here, it feels like.
Well, now, was it televised? Is this a television show?
So there were security cameras everywhere.
I think it might have been televised on some cable network.
C-SPAN.
Okay.
C-SPAN. If any of you were TiVoing C-SPAN all day yesterday, which I know all of you Mythical Beasts do that, you can go back and you can see me in the Raleigh courthouse. The district attorney is in front of the court jester. There's no court jester. In front of the judge.
Bailiff.
So you have to go. There's a bailiff in there too. So I go up to the district attorney, and the woman next to him asks for my name, Charles Neal, pulls it up, hands him my ticket. And this is the district attorney. It seems like such a menial task for this. The district attorney has to go through traffic tickets.
What else is he gonna do? Watch internet videos?
Like litigate important cases.
Oh no! Like
so this is
Duke
what he
lacrosse
says.
players.
He says, "Mr. Neal, you were charged with a 45 and a 25. Do you want to take care of this today?" And I'm already nervous.
Did he hold open his wallet?
He reached his hand back to smack me. He was like, "This is how we're going to take care of this." And I said, "Yes, sir."
And then you winked at him.
I did not wink at it. So then he said, all right, have you had any prior traffic infractions, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, I've got a clean driving record since '04 or whatever. And so he said, well, I'm going to reduce this to, and I can't even remember exactly what he said. I was just so discombobulated to be in the courtroom. He said it was 45. So I think he reduced it. I'm going to reduce it to a 34 and a 25.
9 over.
9 over. And I'm like, okay. That's what he's going to give me. That's what I'm going to take. And then he says, have a seat. The judge will call you forward. And then I'm sitting down there. Eventually, the judge calls me forward. And I'm like, I'm starting to think, he didn't give me a prayer for judgment. I thought the district attorney was going to say, you got a clean driving record. You should get a prayer for judgment. But I guess he's not a lawyer, or he's not my lawyer, so he didn't advise me. But I get up there, and I'm like, she was like, you've been reduced to so-and-so and a so-and-so. I wasn't even listening to what she was saying. I was just intimidated by this judge. And she said, how do you plead? And I said, well, if
Ignorant.
Ignorant, yes. I was standing up there, I said, if I ask for prayer for judgment, what will happen next? And if I don't, what will happen next? And she said, are you asking for a prayer for judgment? And I said, I'm asking what will happen if I ask for one. And she said, if you ask for one, I'll ask you some questions. Did
the people in the court start laughing at you?
And then she was kind of frustrated, and everyone else was doing their business, and the bailiff pulled his gun. No, he didn't. So she was like, okay, so you're asking for a prayer for judgment. And then she asked about my driving record, asked about anybody else on my insurance, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no, everything's clean. My wife's stuff is clean, et cetera, et cetera. And then she was like, okay, I'll give you a prayer for judgment. And then she was like, pay for it over there. But so I got a prayer for judgment, mission accomplished. It's like I'm on probation. I got what I came for. I can't get another ticket in like X number of years. I probably need to look into that, but I got to be careful.
Okay, so the moral of this...
I'm just wondering if, because they reduced it to, 9 over the speed limit, less than 10 over, I'm curious if I did the right thing, if I even needed a prayer for judgment. Moral of the story, if you got the money, you should pay a lawyer to go in there and do this for you, because they know all the ins and outs of this stuff. Now I'm left not knowing if I did the right thing. So I'm kind of, I woke up in the middle of the night last night, just talk about prayer for judgment and discombobulation and 45 and a 25 reduced to a what else, and who knows? I don't even want to know. Don't even leave a comment unless it's Link, you did the right thing. I don't want to know I didn't do the right thing.
Okay, I didn't follow any of that. I think the moral of the story is to not let Link talk about his traffic court.
Well, there's something to be learned.
Instances?
It's worth getting a lawyer. It's worth paying one of those traffic lawyers to come in and take care of it.
Okay, last week we talked about DoritosContest.com. That's the personal website of the guys here in North Carolina who have made the Doritos commercials, and they want you to vote for them, and we want you to vote for them because they're good. We know these guys, and you've only got 1 week left, a little bit less than 1 week, to vote. So listen, I'm going to do the magic annotation thing again. Boom, and the video comes up. This is the video that you need to click on to watch, and then you need to go vote for your favorite.